On this video, I'm going to show you guys some of the charts, the other charts that I used to get better at counting cards, and some of the basic strategy charts that you're going to have to learn. What I forgot to mention in the last video is that every time they reshuffle a deck, you have to start your count again, all over again, basically. And I also forgot to mention that there are a few apps that you can get from the Apple Store. So like if you have an iPhone or iPad or whatever, you can just go and download the app to help you count. It's just basically a card counting app. You could use it like whenever you go to a store or you're just riding with someone and you know in the vehicle as a passenger, just start counting, or your Starbucks, anything like that. You know, on your downtime basically. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys, like I said, some of the charts that I used. Let's see, give me a second here. Hold on. Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to bring up the old chart that I had before, and I'm going to show you this one chart real quick about the other card counting techniques that I was talking to you guys about. Here it is. See, and this is what I was talking about. The high and low is what we learned, and usually you want to use that for like a huge deck of cards that they're using. Some casinos, they use, you know, just 2-card decks, 3-card decks, 4-card decks, whatever it is. Basically, there's the Omega 2, the Zen count. There's all different kinds, but as you can see, some of them you have to add, you know, -2 or +2, and the Omega 3 you have to add +3, and you have to subtract -3. So there are different ones. There are a lot more than this. There's a bunch, but the point is that they're harder to do. And if they're harder to do, and you want to be fast at it, I would suggest that, you know, first learn the high and low, just so you can get the basic, you know, get a basic card counting down, and then move on to something a little heavier. As far as the Omega 3, because there are some that you don't even count the ace. See here, see where it says ace is at 0 on the Omega 2, and that's because the aces are counted separately. They're on a whole separate counting system. So you have to count all the face cards and all the low cards, and you also have to count the aces separately. So it's a little tougher. Yeah, let's go back to the other chart and let's bring it down. Okay, and this is the chart that I was going to talk to you guys about. Here it is right here. Bring it up. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about this. Okay, here we go. See, we learned the chart on the left already. So just the basic high and low. The base cards are -1s, and small cards are +1s. But on this new chart, you're gonna see see on the left hand numbers where it says U. This is the cards that you have. Say whenever you get dealt some cards. So so we have a 9 and a 7. So you go down to the chart. It says a 9 and a 7. And basically, you just add the cards. So you have 16. So you go down to 16 here, and then you go down to whatever. Okay, say, because whenever they deal cards, you're going to be able to see your own hand, but you're only going to see one card of the dealer. So he has a 6. Okay, these are your cards. So you have 16, and he has a 6. So what you want to do is you go down to your 16, and you go straight across to where you find the 6. And on your chart it says stand. It's an S. So if you look at the little key above, it says stand. So basically what you do is you stay here and you let him hit. Okay, so now he's going to take a card, and it's a 2. And he's going to have, once he hits, he's going to flip his card. So he has 10, 11, 12. He's going to keep hitting because he's got to get above 17. What did I say? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So he's got to take one more card. And now he busted. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He busted by one card, by one number. So basically, just because you have a low card does not mean you always have to hit it. Or you don't, some people are like, oh man, I have to get close to 21, but 16 isn't that close. So they'll hit this. And basically, if you follow the chart, it tells you not to hit it because there's a chance that the dealer is going to bust, and that's exactly what happened. So what you want to do is you want to learn this chart, like completely learn it, like all of it, like everything. Because I mean, you can take the chart with you to the casino, but sometimes they can get pretty anal about it. Basically, they don't like that. So what you can do is you could just, what I've done is I memorize the whole chart. I mean, like, you literally have to sit there and remember the whole chart and what you're supposed to do for every hand that you're dealt. Compare it to the dealer's hand. So if you look up top, it says dealer's hand, and then it says you. So basically the left hand numbers are your numbers, and then the top numbers is just basically what that one card that you can see from the dealer when he first deals his cards, because you're only going to see one card. One's always going to face up, and the other's always going to face down. So just learn this chart. Okay, let's do one more, so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. So he's going to deal you a card. He's going to deal himself a card. Okay, you got a 6. And he's got a queen, I'm sorry. So now you got a 6, you flip it over, 8 plus 6, 14. Okay, you got a king. So, okay, we have to look at the chart before we flip that. So we have 14, we look at our chart, look on the left hand numbers, and it's going to show 14 to a king, or a queen. Basically, the 10s, where it says the 10 above, those are the jack, queen, king, just basically the actual 10s themselves. They're all 10s, obviously. So this is counted as a 10. So you go to the above number, you cross it with your 14, and it tells you to hit. So you have to take a card. So you have 14, 15, 16, 17. As soon as you hit 17, do not hit anymore. There's only certain times where you hit, and usually 17s you always stand. Because if you look at the chart again, every time you hit, you have to count the chart again. So we had 14, we took a card, we're at 17. Now look at the chart again, and it says 17 to a queen. All 17s you stand. See how it's yellow? Okay, so you stand on that. He's got 16. He's gonna hit one more time. Bust. He's gonna bust. So basically, just follow the chart. The chart only gives you about, I want to say about 48% chance that you're actually gonna win. So where it really counts is when you start counting, because when you start counting is where you know where all the cards are at, and then this chart you know, boosts it. Or basically, it's the opposite. Basically, this chart is what you need to learn, and then the card counting boosts this chart. So learn the chart, learn the card counting, and yeah, just see it works. It does. Some people just, you know, 17. Some people would hit this. I would never hit it unless I knew what exactly was in the deck. Sometimes I get a little froggy and I'll jump. But like I said, you have to know how to play the game. And for someone that's just starting out, you know, just follow the chart, learn the card counting, put it together, and see where it takes you. I'm going to show you a little bit more advanced stuff. This is kind of like the basic knowledge stuff for someone that's, you know, that's a card counter. And like I said, here, hopefully you guys, you know, get pretty good at it. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well on the last video, whenever you're counting cards or practicing, you should be able to count 2 decks of cards in like 30 seconds, like 40 seconds max. And what you do is instead of bringing out 1 card, you know, once you get pretty good at counting this like this, what you need to do is you need to start counting, like bring out 2 at a time and count that. So it's positive 2, 4, 2, 5, 4, and just keep going, okay? And just keep counting 2 at a time, okay?